How you guys doing? Today's Friday, November 11th. Your boy from Brooklyn back again to give you guys my Week 10 selections. I'm very happy right now. NCAA basketball has just started. I've been waiting for this. I'm great in NFL, but I'm even better in college basketball. I'm personally a basketball player myself. I've been playing ball with a lot of these guys that came up. I know a couple of guys that's in college playing right now. I know about the systems, the coaches. I've been watching basketball for all my life, so I know about the game. Tonight is a lock. I know you guys ain't gonna probably get this video, but if you look back and see who won this game, I guarantee North Carolina is gonna crush the Michigan State tonight, -9 points. I'm taking that personally. I'm going to watch that game in a little while in Manhattan right now. I'm going to watch North Carolina to smack Michigan State easy. That's gonna be an easy payday. Now let's move on to what you guys are here for. Football Sunday. I'm gonna start off telling you guys I'm gonna go through every game for you guys, but I got one lock for Sunday. This is a guaranteed 100% winner, just like my North Carolina play. This is gonna be a guaranteed winner Sunday, no doubt about it. But the rest of these plays I feel strongly about. I'm just gonna go through the breakdown very quickly. I'm not gonna really get into the games this week, but I'm gonna tell you guys who I think is gonna win. Starting off at 1 o'clock, Jacksonville playing against the Indianapolis Colts. I see Jacksonville winning this game easily. They're coming off a bye week. Jack Del Rio, a very good coach, got these guys playing physical. You saw how they beat Baltimore on a Monday night national televised game. You have to take the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Colts. They haven't shown us nothing all year. Jacksonville also always plays good against, even when Peyton Manning was playing for the Colts. So you have to take Jacksonville minus the 3 points. A lot of people think Indianapolis will get their first win this week. I don't see that happening. That's why Vegas made the line -3 to play with your mind. The next game on the schedule is the Denver Broncos at Kansas City. Another obvious selection. You have to take the Denver Broncos with Tim Tebow and how he's getting better and better week in and week out. He beat Oakland. He beat the Oakland Raiders. We all saw Oakland just beat San Diego. Oakland is a good team. Denver went into Oakland and beat them. Kansas City had a big letdown against Miami, losing 31-3. You have to take the Denver Broncos plus the 3.5. In this situation, the next game on the schedule is the Pittsburgh Steelers playing against their division rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals, this is going to be the game of their year, the game of Andy Dalton's young career, sitting at 6-2, tied up with Baltimore on top of the division. They need this win to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I don't see it happening without Jermaine Gresham at the tight end position. I see Pittsburgh going into Cincinnati and beating them. You have to take Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. If Cincinnati wins, if Cincinnati's gonna make this game close. If anything, if they win this game, it'll be a miracle, because without Jermaine Gresham, I don't see it happening. I think you have to take the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a tough loss against the Baltimore Ravens. You have to take the Pittsburgh Steelers, but this is in the lock. Remember, you guys, I have one lock for you guys. The rest of these games are kind of so-so, like the Pittsburgh Steelers Cincinnati game gonna be a very competitive, low-scoring game. Moving on, the Buffalo Bills playing against the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to find themselves in a situation that they're going to will themselves to this victory, even though Buffalo's a good team. It should be a competitive game on paper, but at the end of the day, without Miles Austin, I think Dallas Cowboys will just find a way, man. They have to win this game. They're sitting at 4-4. They lose this game 4-5. Their season to be practically over. I think the Dallas Cowboys will find they'll will themselves to a victory this week. Buffalo also is missing Ryan Lindell, their kicker. I think Dallas will find a way to win this game. The next game on the schedule is the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Another division game, a very important game for the Atlanta Falcons. If the Atlanta Falcons lose this game, their season is practically, is going to be hanging by a thread. I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to find themselves in a situation where they're going to will themselves to a victory against the New Orleans Saints and win this game. I think in this situation, if you're taking this game, you're going to take the Atlanta Falcons, you have to buy 3 points and take 4, because if New Orleans wins this game, it's only going to be by 3 points. So you'll be safe on the safe side with the Atlanta Falcons. If the Atlanta Falcons win this game, they could win this game by 10 and better. They could crush the New Orleans Saints in any given Sunday. But if New Orleans win this game, I don't see them crushing Atlanta. I see them winning this game by 3 points, no more than that. The next game on the schedule is my lock of the week. This is my lock of the week. I'm gonna skip this game. I'm gonna let you guys wait for this game. Let me move on to the next one. The Washington Redskins at the Miami Dolphins. I see the Miami Dolphins winning this game. after getting a first win against Kansas City. I see them coming out and getting a second win. They're 0-3 at home. They had the Denver Broncos, and you remember that game, how they lost that one. Washington has their main wide receiver is out. Santana Moss is not playing, so I think at the end of the day, you have to take Miami in this situation. Even Las Vegas has made the line -4 for a team that's 1-7. That shows a lot. They could have made it -3, but they made it -4 for a reason. The Miami Dolphins are going to win this game easily at the end of the day. So let's move on to the next game. The next game on the schedule is an obvious selection. Strong play. I'm going to personally take this game is the Houston Texans at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay just lost 2 of their defensive tackles. They're not known for stopping the run, and they're definitely not going to be able to stop the run against the Houston Texans, a team that constantly runs the ball in all angles. They have 2 great running backs, Tate and Arian Foster. Houston Texans are going to run all over Tampa Bay. They made the line low. I don't know why, but at the end of the day, Houston Texans are not going to lose this week. This video right here is going to be a video like my week one, my first video I made when I ran through every game and I won almost every game. I'm just going to show you guys I'm the real deal once again from Brooklyn. The next game on the schedule is the Tennessee Titans at the Carolina Panthers. In this situation, you have to take the Tennessee Titans plus 3.5 points. We all know Carolina's coming off a bye. They're playing great football. Even though their record doesn't speak for it, they're 2-6. But we all know Cam Newton been playing good games. But I see Tennessee and Chris Johnson running all over Carolina. They can't stop the run. I think Tennessee plus 3.5 is the safest way to go in this situation. You have to take the points. Carolina isn't that good. They're a good team, but they aren't that good to just crush Matt Hasselbeck and this Tennessee team, a team that is battle tested this year. I think Tennessee shows up Sunday and covers the 3.5 points. The next game on the schedule is an obvious play. You know, there's too many points that obviously Philadelphia Eagles are not going to lose against this Arizona team. The Philadelphia Eagles are sitting at 3-5. They have to win from here on out. They can't play no more games. They're going to win Sunday, but by 14. You know, I think they'll smack Arizona up. But you saw that Arizona played against Baltimore last time. They were playing against a big spread. So, you know, I'll be a little iffy on this game, but I will have to take Philadelphia Eagles definitely to win this game by more than 7 points at the end of the day. The next game on the schedule is the Baltimore Ravens playing against the Seattle Seahawks in a tough environment. We all know Seattle is known for their hostile environment. They consider them I forgot, like the extra man on the field because how crazy their defense, how they show up and play intense with so much intensity at home. You know, Seattle isn't a bad team, but I just think against another team, it will be a pretty good season. You saw what Cincinnati did to them at the end of the game. I just think Baltimore is battle-tested. They won that game last week at the end at Pittsburgh, which they could have considered that a loss if they would not came through in the last 8 seconds of the game. So I think Baltimore knows that they were supposed to, it could have been 5-3 in this situation. They're not taking no one for granted. They're going to go into Seattle and beat Seattle. I would take them -6.5, or I'll buy down to 5.5 points. The next game on the schedule is the New York Giants at the San Francisco 49ers. I wouldn't personally play this game. I'm from New York. I know the Giants are going to go into San Francisco and give them a run for their money. It's going to be a close game. San Francisco is just a different looking team than the New York Giants. I don't think, you know, me personally, I like the Giants' toughness. I think the Giants are getting better and better week in and week out. San Francisco obviously has a better record. The public is thinking that they're such a good team. You know, they are obviously a great team. Harbaugh got these kids playing, but I think it's boys against men in this game. I think the Giants are more tougher from New York, and they're going to beat the San Francisco Giants. I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, I have to take the Giants plus 3.5. The next game on the schedule is 2 games left. The Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. You know, the Detroit Lions been waiting all year to get in the situation to play against the Chicago team. I say Detroit, you saw what they did to Denver. They're not playing no games, and that was without Javid Best. They get Best back. They're going to be running the ball. They're going to have a balanced attack. I think they'll beat Chicago. Chicago's coming off a big win. I think Detroit's going to go into Chicago and beat them. You have to buy 1 point and take 3.5. Make Chicago beat you by more than a field goal, because most of their games at home they win with Robbie Gould kicking a late field goal and winning. So you have to take Detroit plus 3.5 points. The last game on the schedule is at 8 o'clock. Sunday night game is going to be the New England Patriots against the New York Jets. This is going to be a game where All the money generated from the early games is going to be betting on this game. So you got to be very careful with this game. If you made a lot of money, I would tell you just lay off this game. And if you lost a lot of money, you're going in chasing, you'll have to take the New York Jets in this situation. The New York Jets are playing better football. They've been improving week in and week out. And the New England Patriots are going the opposite way. Their defense is very bad, ranking one of the worst defenses in the NFL, while the Jets have one of the strongest defenses in the NFL, and their offense is getting better. Schottenheimer is listening to the tabloids, and he's opening up the playbook a little bit. I think the New York Jets are going to beat the New England Patriots, a rivalry game. They both hate each other, and the New York Jets, with their hostile environment, are going to beat the New England Patriots at home. Well, I can't believe I skipped my lock of the day. You know, I didn't want you guys to just get it and run with it and just forget about my lock of the day. So my lock of the day, I know you guys know because I didn't say it yet, but is this, you know, by the way, the only last game remaining is the St. Louis Rams against the Cleveland Browns. I know you guys are like, why am I picking such a bad game? Because I'm 100% sure that's why. St. Louis is going to go into Cleveland and crush the Cleveland Browns, take off the 2.5 points, take the money line. This is a lock, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your friend, tell your cousin, get money and bet on this game. Spread this video. Tell them St. Louis is a lock of the century, a lock of my life. Take the St. Louis Rams. I'm not even going to have to go into take my word for it. After the video, I'll discuss or whatever. But St. Louis is a lock. Your boy from Brooklyn. Remember that. I'm posted on Twitter. Thank you for following me on Twitter at twitter.com/IBETEVERYDAY. This video is already 12 minutes long. I got things to do tonight. It's Friday night. You know, I gotta look a little. You know, I gotta go take care of my things. At the end of the day, St. Louis Rams on Sunday. My #1 lock of the year. Drop on that. You're gonna make money. 1.